Hi guys, it's me Val Toxicfree and welcome and happy Sunday. Second video this weekend. Ooh. Today's video I want to talk about something that was in the news that I heard about last night. I must admit quite upset me. Most people in the UK will know of Flack, and she was a presenter of the X Factor, a presenter of a programme called the Love Island, and she did lots of things. She won Strictly Come Dancing, and she was a lovely, beautiful 40-year-old woman and who had some problems. Now the reason I want to talk about her today, because somehow to me it relates to what I've been talking about in the last few videos. Flack was found dead in her apartment, and it's very sad. She took her own life. She was a beautiful 40-year-old woman. But this is where I find myself being quite familiarised with what happened to her. She was a lady that had a lot of troubled relationships. She had a lot of relationships that seemed toxic. What she did was got engaged to the wall quite quickly. And she was unlucky love, like a lot of people looking and watching this now have been. But what happened is recently, just at December time, she was arrested, and she had apparently smashed a lampshade over her boyfriend's head whilst he was asleep. And the police had gone around and they said it was like a bloodbath. So she was arrested, and the court case was coming up in the next few weeks. She was getting trolled. She was getting abused on Twitter. She was literally having a really tough time with her mental health. And yesterday again, I put Facebook on and found out she'd taken her life. And I just found that really, really sad. I also watched a video by Stephanie Davis. Now I'm going to put a clip of that up here now as well. Stephanie Davis, she was an actress on a programme called Hollyoaks, and she also did Big Brother, but she had a very tough time. She got fired from Hollyoaks because of her drinking. She went on Big Brother, and she had this very toxic relationship going on in full view of the cameras, and they had a baby, and I think they might have split up since. But she can relate, like we can. We can all relate to what's going on. Now, I'm just going to let you listen to what she had to say.
I'm doing this video to the press, to the media, and to everyone who has blood on their hands with Caroline. The media are an absolute disgrace, and something needs to be done about it, and I will be doing it. The press should be banned, right? You've all jumped on the bandwagon. You're allowed to print lies. You're allowed to print things that aren't true. And you are allowed to print things that are detrimental to people's mental health and what they're going through in their life without their say-so. Caroline was a good person. She wasn't a bad person. She had struggles. She had struggles, right? Which we all fucking do. We're human. Anyone watching this, tell me you've never made a show of yourself. Tell me you've never woke up and thought, what for dawn? Tell me you've never made a mistake. We're all human, we all make mistakes. If we don't make mistakes, we don't learn, we don't grow. But there's a difference between absolutely soul-destroying someone and bracketing them when that isn't the case. I spoke to Caroline, I was trying to help Caroline, and I'm absolutely devastated. I'm just really upset, and I'm sickened by the news, and I'm sickened by what I see from humans. I don't understand them, I don't get it. I don't know how he's composed. R.I.P. when you're all fucking slated there. The press, you should not be allowed to do this. You should have blood on your hands. And you know, to each reporter that wrote a story about Caroline, right? Have you never been through anything in your life? Can you imagine having that and then it going everywhere for everyone to see, and everyone, people telling her to die, getting death threats, bullied. He's a bully, Dad. He's a bullies, man. Bullies. And I don't care, this video's passionate. I'll say whatever I want to fucking say because it's freedom of speech, and I'm sick of being told I can't say nothing. I will stand up for this. I'll take it to Parliament. I'll take it to wherever it's got to go. But these people will pay for everything he wrote about her, me and others. And I'm using my friend as an example. Because that girl did not deserve to die. She didn't deserve to lose her life. And if people know who are watching this what it's like to want to end your life, you'll understand exactly how she felt. Whoever has jumped on the bandwagon, you should feel ashamed of yourselves. We're human. Jesus Christ. We're not perfect. What? Are we only okay if we go through life perfect and do everything perfectly and everything's perfect? No, because that's not fucking life. It's not. It's not. Just to say, how are you? But you never message to say thinking of you to her. It's all a load of shit, man. It's all fake. Can't be arsed with fake people. And then narcissistic ex-Andrew, who jumped on the bandwagon, posting, trying to get money and everything. Also, why do we believe these articles are real? Like, it's stupid. Like, the people not understand it. It's all a load of shit. These magazines we're buying, and it's, oh, this is going through this. How are the laws around around media, the press, and so, how are they so weak? Why has there been nothing done? How are you allowed to invade someone's privacy so much and be allowed to post these shitty sources? I remember being on the phone, right, to a certain newspaper in bits on the floor, right, when I was feeling fucking suicidal. And them saying, we're printing it in half an hour. And I'm going, it's not true, you can't print it. And they printed it. How is that allowed? There needs to be laws. There needs to... How you're allowed to make someone's mental health so poor, it's beyond bullying. This is a different level now, and I cannot wait to take this further and sit there and fight every single person, every single newspaper, because this isn't allowed, and people will pay for what they have done because you have blood on your hands. And Karma's a bitch, and I love you, Caroline, and I'm thinking of you. And this should never have happened to you. I'm not being silent no more. I'm speaking out. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
So, as you can see, she's very vocal and believes and is very passionate about the social media, which obviously has sort of gone and been allowed to go AWOL and go crazy, and there doesn't seem to be any crackdown on kind of rules, laws, bullying. It seems to be free for all. You know, you do complain to Twitter, you complain to YouTube, you complain to Facebook, but you don't seem to get anywhere. And the end result is someone taking their life because they're vulnerable. She only just recently put a few pictures up of her looking happy with her dog, which I'll put up here. And, you know, you thought she was fighting her demons, but no, she didn't. Apparently she was with a friend who was looking after her, and a friend popped out to the shop. And I think that's when she'd done it. I don't exactly know the ins and outs. Well, we don't really need to know the ins and outs. And we don't know what goes on, do we? We don't. We don't know the truth. The only truth that we know is that they know the truth. And the only truth out there is what is between the two people, whether it be Caroline and her boyfriend, or Amber and Johnny Depp. So recently again, I find this situation is very close to the situation I'm seeing with Amber. Now, I have stuck my head above the parapet, and I have done videos that are different to a lot of other videos. I've been hammered and trolled for them. Now, I did a video kind of wanting to look at what happened between Johnny Depp and Amber in a different light. I didn't want to just bash one of them. Because one's wrong, it doesn't automatically mean the other one's right. You know, one person's wrong, another person could be wrong, another person could be kind of maybe right, but the grey area is there, you know. We need to stop looking at life in black and white. You know, it's not Team Depp or Team Amber, because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. They've been together for 3 years. We don't know what went on behind the scenes with Caroline Flack and her boyfriend. But we need to stop judging. And when I stood up and I didn't really support either one of them, and I kind of tried to make, not an excuse, Amber did abuse Depp, we know that. I was trying to show people what reactive abuse is like and what kicks it off, and I got slammed. Now, I've mentioned this in another video, which I'll put up there, and I don't need to keep repeating myself. And I've been reported for them videos, which I think is rather stupid, because, you know, my heart's in the right place. My mouth sometimes says the wrong things. But we all make mistakes, like Stephanie said. We are all human, and everybody watching this has done something. You can't tell me that every single person watching this now has not lashed out at somebody, screamed at somebody, or thrown a pot across the room. So there, by the grace of God goes eyes, the saying goes, which means, you know, we can't really throw stones in glass houses because we have done the same. And this is what I've been trying to get across. Now, Amber is a 23-year-old woman and Depp is in his 50s. Now, I am not siding with anybody. But she's not a paedophile. She's not murdered anybody. She's a young girl that needs help, okay? If you want to slander me and you want to call me toxic and whatever, oh, I'm toxic free. No, she's not toxic free. She's toxic. You know, the jibes and the little comments, it's quite hilarious what they come up with, you know. But I just am not going to bash the hell out of somebody. If you want to troll, if you want to bash the hell out of somebody, go and find a paedophile that's murdered a child. Go and find a terrorist that's blown up a mosque and killed 50 people. Go and find somebody that is really, really choosing to hurt people and kill people. Amber, as well as Caroline, were and are obviously very vulnerable people who need help. Obviously Amber, I'm not going to say anything else because obviously whatever I say I tend to get myself into trouble, but I do not agree with bashing and bullying and being toxic to people. Whatever they've done, we need to give them a fucking chance. You know, again, like Stephanie said in the video, if something happened to Amber like it did with Caroline, you've all got blood on your hands. I'm being completely honest. You can't go around bullying the hell out of somebody because of their relationship arguments. And yes, okay, she's abused Johnny Depp. You know, because Johnny Depp, what? He's in the limelight, he's an actor, he's a good looking guy, he's loaded. You know, what goes on in front of our eyes doesn't always go on behind our, you know, behind the scene. And I'm going to go back to Caroline Flack because I don't want to go on about Amber and Depp too much because I've repeated myself and gone on about them. But harassing people because of their mistakes, however big or small, is bad. And because I stood up and put my head above the parapet and tried explaining maybe why people are like this, I got shot down in flames. The world is a horrible place with social media, with trolls, with people that don't want to see different opinions, that people believe what they believe. If you don't fit their narrative, that's it, you're wrong. Everybody around you is wrong. If you're right, and if you think that you're right, that must mean everybody else is wrong. No, it doesn't. And we need to remember this. We all have our own lives on a spectrum. Everything on the world is on a spectrum of different levels. You know, some people are emotional, some people aren't, some people are loud, some people are quiet, some people lash out, some people walk away. But when you get the wrong people together, that's when you get an explosive thing happening. And I just want to say that I am so saddened that Caroline Flack was bullied to her death and was trolled until she took her life. She was beautiful. She had a lot going for her. And this is what I want to stop. And I can't obviously do it myself. I'm no hero. But I just think that bashing and bashing somebody, and then bashing the people that don't bash that person because maybe we have a different opinion about that person. And then because that person has a different opinion to you, you think that that person's wrong, so you bash them some more. Leave people to their own devices. You know, we shouldn't even be talking about Johnny Depp and Amber. It's their own fucking business, guys. You know, I did my videos. I tried to do a video that was not following everybody else's channels, not doing the same thing that everybody else done. But this morning when I woke up, or well last night when I found out that Caroline Flack had taken her life, it just made me think, guys, give the girls a chance, give the boys a chance, the men, the women. If they're out there and they've got problems and they're bullying others and they're abusing others and they're still young, There could be a reason for doing it, and I'm not supporting abuse. I'm just supporting people to give them chances to mend themselves and heal and have the chance to look at themselves and repair what it is in them that's making them do that. Caroline Flack didn't have the time to repair what was in her. She got to rock bottom and she couldn't see a way forward. I saw some news footage of Caroline Flack going to court with her boyfriend, and I looked at her face and I knew instantly it was something to do with narcissism, whether it was from her side or his side. I could tell. I could see her eyes were empty, her face was dead. But I knew there was something going on. Now, she could have had a lot going on in her past. We do not know what goes on in people's pasts, guys. Just let people have their opinions. Let people be. If someone likes Amber, let them like Amber. They have their reasons. You shouldn't have to make everybody stand in your tribe. You shouldn't have to make people believe you. You know, I put my video out and I just let people take it as it was. I don't force it down people's neck. I just thought, do a video. Try and educate people on reactive abuse. See, it wasn't about them two themselves. It wasn't about those two. I used that example to help us. I used their mistakes. Like I sometimes make videos about my mistakes to help people out there. I just thought their mistake, if we could look at their mistakes and see what they've done to each other, then maybe somebody would learn from that. Maybe somebody who's in a relationship who is toxic maybe can understand, wow, yes, I see what I was doing. You know, I did walk out. Maybe if I'd spoken to her a little bit more, maybe she wouldn't have gone to that extremes. Maybe if I'd, you know, knocked on the bathroom door rather than walk out the house. Now, you know, we all do our own things, but we all need opinions, we all need ideas, we all need some criticism. We should all accept it and take it on board and think, do you know what, that might work. But just slamming people, just standing behind each other and standing with the bullies because you're too damn scared to open your mouth and say something against the bullies. And that's what I've seen, is everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. To me, it's being a coward. If you can't stand up and say, actually, no, you know what, I think maybe there is something in this. But I'm waffling now. But we're all human and we all make mistakes. We just need to at least give each other a chance. We're all attacking a 23-year-old girl. Go and attack somebody who deserves it. Go and attack a paedophile. Go and attack a murderer, a terrorist. People who deserve it. People who've murdered people. And those people who've made mistakes in their lives, just give them a chance to be able to work on them. See their own problems. See what they're doing and grow. But the way life goes, the way social media goes, the way Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube's going, we just want to destroy those bad people. We just want to get them fired from their job. We just want to get them out. We want to just abuse them, call them bitches, call them abusers. And in the end, what happens is they can't take it anymore and they take their lives. So I'm going to end it there. But again, I was saddened about Caroline Flack. I didn't watch Love Island. I didn't really like it. All them beautiful people made me sick. But, you know, we all do what we can in this world. It's hard. Life's hard. Don't make it any harder for people. And before I go, again, you see, I know not to take sides. Because there's been a situation I've been in and people have taken sides without giving each person a chance or looking into it. And I've said this before, researching, finding out what the real reason is behind things. People just take sides straight away. And in this community, we know not to do that. We know. We should know. We should have been educated enough. A lot of us are still commenting, victim shaming, and saying stupid bloody things without actually thinking, hang on a minute, what have I learned? I've learned Live and let live. I've learned that don't take sides without absolute proof. Again, one wrong does not make the other person right. Okay guys, I've said enough today. Take care.